Good evening. It's a beautiful evening here in beautiful Boulder, Colorado, and here at the CU Rec Center Ice Rink on a rare April evening, we bring you some WWCHL hockey between the Colorado Buffaloes and the Colorado Buffaloes alumni. Thank you all for tuning into Scope Up Sports. Kieran Warger with nobody else. I am doing a one-man show here, doing production, commentary, and camera work here this evening, folks. So we are quite literally a skeleton crew, but we'll do our best to bring you a good broadcast today. We are underway here at the Rec Center, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, it feels great to get back into the rink. I did not miss the cold, though. That is for sure. Very rare day here in April. We are underway between the Buffs alums, and a bit of an interesting situation in net. Sheer wide for Colorado, in net for the alums, who have quite literally a skeleton crew on their bench as well. Zoe Watson in net for the Buffs themselves. Don't have a roster for the alums here, unfortunately, but we'll do our best to bring you a good broadcast today. That was Natalie Ewald who lost the puck into the near corner. It's still loose. She'll send it back up top for Kieran Sullivan. No, it's intercepted by the alums. Coming the other way near center ice on the far side. On the breakaway, skating a fire save made by Watson. Puck loose in front, rebound in traffic, deflected wide. 18 and a half to go here in the first period of play. Not quite sure how the time works in this particular game, because the men's will be playing at 7 p.m. We'll likely see a delayed start, depends on how long this game goes here in the Rec, whether it's running clock. I have not been given any information here, folks. This is my first alumni game, calling it for SBS after the great Alex Roberts and Jared Miller did this before me. Did not do it last year, but it's great to be back again this year. Now Anna Masiello, centering pass. Fischelli fires in traffic. It's deflected by Wine. I think Shira Wine is going to pose a direct threat for this Buffaloes team. Maul from deep. That one's sent into the corner. And now cleared out by the alums. Rowan Nasty lost the puck. 17 and a half to go in period number 1. Clock has not stopped since the initial puck drop. Nasty lost the puck. With it back for Elena Mull. That cross ice pass fired in traffic goes wide of the net. Now back up top, centering pass to the alums. Nasty is there applying that pressure. Set back to the far side near that Colorado bench. One-timer attempt deflected off the stick. Now loose in the corner, it's Abby Piatagorski. She'll clear going up the far side. She's got wheels. And that's sent into the corner. Sophia Paulson can't connect. Piatagorski again on the near side. That's sent across for Sophie O'Brien. Zone cleared, O'Brien couldn't hang on. Captain Zoe Dupuis chasing it down. She'll hang on, O'Brien. Centering pass picked up by Sowers. Really another voice crack from me, folks. Now Dupuis, out all alone, she'll send it out. McCloskey, backhand pass, can't connect. Nina McCloskey looks like she's playing for Colorado. Back as an alum. Here's Sowers, lost the puck. Deflected in traffic. And cleared. Sent to the far side. It'll be an icing call against the alums. It'll be a running clock. The intramural refs have waved it off. It's quite the interesting turn of events here. It's my first, I guess, non-WWCHL game that I've called for this Buffalo squad during my tenure at SBS. Masiello. That pass intercepted. Centering pass can't connect. Sent back into the corner. Dupe is there. And recovered by the alums out in front. Shrugged aside by Watson. Here's Brianna Aarons. She'll clear. Going up the far side, near side rather. But she'll hang on, looking for the wraparound, lost the puck in the far corner. Aaron's out in front, backhand pass, can't connect, and it's intercepted. Now coming out of the zone. Lost the puck, Colorado. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Masiello's there with Kieran Sullivan. Sullivan sends a player to the ground. And Masiello back to Sullivan in the near corner. That centering pass up top, too hot to handle, nearly intercepted. And the Wallace on the ice. Zoe Watson making another stop. And Masiello and Aarons fighting for it. Sullivan is down. There's Aarons on the near half wall. Back to Sullivan. Sullivan looking for a wraparound. She'll hang on. That pass out to Masiello in neutral territory. Can't connect. And it's sent back into Colorado's zone as the Alums go for a line change. Out in front. Fires sent aside by Watson. What an attempt. A wide open net on that right side. Another chance out in front. Broken up by Amanda Wallace. Puck loose in front. That's sent aside. Back up top. Fire. One-timer. Score! The Colorado Alums are on the board first, ladies and gentlemen. What a goal from deep, and Watson just not able to stop it in time. And play resumes, and I was correct, folks. We do have a running clock here in the rink. That one sent aside, save made by Shirowine. That'll stop play for a moment. And Colorado really, current buffs really giving the Alums tons of chances in the offensive end. And they paid for it there as they're down one. Now zone cleared. Watch out, they've got wheels. Just to get down. Here's Mitchell. Fire save by Watson. To the side. Mall is there. She'll try and clear. Now set aside. And now cleared for Shelley, chasing it down. But she won't get there in time. Backhand pass. Now for Shelley near center ice. So now to Nasty. Nasty lost the puck. Intercepted by the Alums who clear. Now Ewald out near center ice loses her skating. Sent to the corner. Now the Alums going up. Centering pass, backhander, out in front. Score! No, it's saved by Watson. Oh my God, a Herculean effort. That looked like it passed the goal line for just a second, but Watson is there to make the stop with that right pad. Out in front, though, clear. Piatagorski wraps around behind Watson, clears it out. And O'Brien, too hot to handle, nearly turnover, battle for it. In the near corner. Bryan lost the puck, but it's handled by Nasty. There's O'Brien on the far side. Back to Nasty, who hangs on. Backhand pass. Picked up by Claire Furla. Puck loose in the near corner. It's picked up. The Alums will clear. Zoe Dupuis trying to intercept. He's forced into Colorado's zone. They're onside. Now comes Kieran Sullivan. She'll take a shot, swallowed up by Wine. Clock continues to run here in the rink. Current Buffs still down by 1 as we hit the 10-minute mark here in period number 1. Amelia Sowers to attempt the draw. Sowers gets it. That fires from deep, save by Wine. And sent aside, rebound. Fischelli with a second chance, deflected in traffic. Now in the far corner. May have a penalty coming here. No, Colorado would have been ruled offsides. And the music starts playing here in the rink. This is an intramural game, I guess you could count it. So we'll let it pass. Sowers lost the puck. There's Masiello on the far side. There's Fischelli behind the net. We have Fischelli looking for her first of the day, as are her entire squad. Sullivan lost her footing. Aarons left it back. 8:45 to play here in period number 1. Puck loose behind the net. I can't pass it. Masiello is there. Masiello clears out to Fischelli. Now Fischelli up the far side. She'll hang on. No, she lost the puck on the far side. Now picked up by the Alums, coming the other way. Looking for that centering pass. Backhand pass, nearly intercepted. O'Brien is there. No, excuse me, that's Wallace. It's Elena McCloskey who's back. McCloskey battling for it. It's sent back out. Nearly a backhand shot, and it's sent wide. Watson was ready. Another chance for the Alums. Skating out in front. Fire! Score! Another goal for the Colorado Alumni. And man, the current Buffs, they've got to be shaken right now after that last series. Not knowing what they're up against. Holy cow. What a play. Draw taken by Ewald. That's center ice. That's sent aside. Another shot attempt by the Alums. It's sent wide of the net. Ewald was there. Now up top. Deflected by McCloskey. McCloskey hangs on. Out to O'Brien. O'Brien hangs on. Pass out to Wallace. Lost in traffic. O'Brien. Outs along the near half wall. Out of the zone it comes, and it's picked up by Nasty. Over to Dupuis. Dupuis back to Nasty. There's Wallace on the near side. Now into the corner. Ewald at the half wall. They lost the puck going out to neutral territory. There's Nasty, who loses it. Back out, it's Ewald. Ewald coming the other way. 1-on-2. Firing. Shot saved by Wine. Sure, Wine not facing a whole lot of shots to start off, but she's been a brick wall so far, as she was all season for this Colorado squad. Draw coming just to the left of Wine. Yadagorski takes it, but turned over quickly to the Alums, who clear. 1-on-1. Look out. Here come the Alums trying to put another shot on Watson, but it's sent wide as they lost control. Now Piatagorski. She's got Paulson. Piatagorski trying to connect. There was no one there. And Wine with another easy stop. That's sent to the far corner. Piatagorski racing, chasing it down. Puck loose in front. Dangerous chance for the Alums. Fires off the crossbar. Dangerous chance. That was Paulson again. Piatagorski. She'll try and clear, and she does. Masiello on the ice. Piatagorski lost the puck. Now Sullivan on the near side. Skates up into the zone. Hangs on. Takes a shot. Fires. Sent aside by Wine. Off the stick. A beautiful save. And these current Buffs need to get on the board somehow to start this game. Now Watson facing another shot, and it's shrugged aside easily. Mall is there, along with Sowers. Masiello able to clear. Watch out, Masiello's got wheels going up the near side. She'll lose the puck, but regain it on the near side. Puts a shot on, save made by White. She's not sure where that puck is. Rebound is cleared out by the Alums. Now before Masiello takes it again and lost the puck into the near corner. Centering pass intercepted. Now the Alums skating up, backhand pass sent aside and into traffic. Small was there to deflect. Now Sowers trying to clear the zone. She'll hang on. I'll set across to Mall. And there's Masiello. Masiello nearly intercepted. Can't connect with Claire Furla. Here's Masiello. Another interception again. One-on-one. She'll go right up the middle. Takes a shot. Swallowed up by Wine. And it'll stop play. Fresh legs come on for both squads. Scratch that. Just the current Buffs. Well, it looks like the Alums will get some fresh legs on as well. Line change is not nearly as frequent. Inside 3 to go. Yeah, I must say, having music here in the rink, folks, is definitely fun to see. Just checked our stream, folks. Looks like we have 6 people watching right now, so thank you all so much for tuning in on this fine Friday here at the CU Rec Center. Here's Fischelli up the near side. Fischelli centering pass to McCloskey, can't connect. Dupuis sent in traffic, and the Alums will intercept. They're going the other way. An odd man rush. 2-on-2 rather. Fire, score! Another goal for the Colorado Alumni, and Zoe Watson is beside herself right now, letting that one pass. What a setup. Looks like we may have an injured Buffalo. Sophie O'Brien, slow to get up. She'll head to the bench. Zoe Dupuis, fan club in the stands. And draw taken by the Alums. Watch out, they've got wheels. 3-on-3. Takes a shot, saved by Watson. Rebound out in front. Sent aside. We'll try and skate up top again. Kept in up top at the blue line. And back out is Paulson. Player lost a glove on the Alums. Correction, that is Paulson. Oh, Nasty lost the puck. Under a minute to go. So the Alums are slow to get up. Physicality ramping up in the final minute of play here in the first period. Aaron's lost the puck. Now it's sent back out. Sullivan. Sent back out to neutral territory. Here's Nasty, who hangs on. And she'll dump it in. Wine out of the net to play it. Dangerous chances. Paulson was closing in, but she goes down. 15 seconds remaining. Colorado down 3-0. to their alums. Masiello. Sent out to Paulson. Paulson looking for a pass, and that'll do it for period number 1. Current Buffs with a 3-0 deficit to start off play. Some whistle-happy refs for sure. We'll see whether Colorado goes into intermission or whether they'll play this one out. Ladies and gentlemen, lots of energy here in the rink from these Colorado squad. We saw Sophie O'Brien taking a little nap on the ice there during intermission. And we'll step aside here on SBS for a moment. Not before. Looks like we might be heading back to the ice in a second. Not quite sure what's going on here, folks, to be honest. So we'll take a break for a moment here on SBS.
They tried to silence us,
but we will not be silenced. Bienvenidos a Scuba Sports. Me llamo Sandy Pisai.
And I'm Shapalicious.
Welcome to the big show.
And rest in power, Pam Bondi.
Start by breaking Diana Walker, Kennedy Sanders, and Jade Cook are returning to the Colorado.
Colorado women's basketball program.
Walker was an all Big 12 honorable mention and all defensive selection, while Sanders averaged 9 points across 10 games before season-ending hip surgery. Meanwhile, the men's basketball team is treading water as Sebastian Rankic and Bangat Dak announced their intention to hit the transfer portal. Rankic.
Welcome back to the rink. Period number 2 about to get underway. Colorado current players down 3-0 to the Colorado Alumni here at the CU Rec Center. And play resumes. Second period going strong. There's O'Brien on the far side. And we'll have a penalty assessed here as Sophie O'Brien was tripped up. Here's center ice. First power play of the game will come for Colorado's current players. And a much needed one indeed. The clock continues to run. We'll have a penalty assessed. I guess we're not really sure what's going on here, folks, but this is part of the fun of covering an alumni game. It's just there's no structure. It's fantastic. We love it. Although my job as producer is a little bit easier since I don't have to constantly start and stop the clock. It's only really when scoring That's all I'm keeping track of here, folks. I'm running the camera. Doing 3 tasks at once is very daunting, I must say. But we're getting through it. O'Brien. Backhand pass out to Dupuis. Wallace. Out to Nasty. Nasty to Piatagorski. Back up top for Dupuis. Did she keep it in? They're going to rule it onside. Looks like that definitely looked like across the blue line. Shot from the point, saved by Wine. And we'll get a whistle. Once again, thank you all for tuning in to Scope Off Sports. I'm Kieran Walger, doing everything today. And I received word that Paxton Haynes might be joining me later this evening for the men's game. He might join me for the third period of this game. I'm not really sure when he's coming. We tried to get more people out, but we weren't sure what our plans were going to be when planning our broadcast for the week, because we have men's lacrosse over at Kitt Field. We got baseball over at Scott Carpenter, both of which are starting at 7 p.m. That shot sent wide. Rebound out in front. Wine out of the net. Colorado raising the intensity. Here's Sowers. On the far side, up top for Sullivan. Sullivan deflected in traffic. Picked up again by Sowers. Back to Sullivan at the point. She'll dump it back on the far side. Hung on to. Now the Alums will come away. That'll be covered up by Watson. .45 to go here in period number 2. Draw coming to the left of Watson. Taken by the Alums. Loose puck. Picked up by Paulson. Bounced off the far half boards. Ewald is there. There is Paulson. But she lost it in the far corner. Back out. Back down, there's Maul. Now here's Izzy Mitchell. She lost the puck near center ice. Now Furla. Furla lost it. Set back out. And there's Maul. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Furla. Furla up the near side. Looking for a shot. She lost the puck. Mitchell lost the puck. She'll clear. The Alums will clear, rather, skating back down into their offensive end. Ewald lost the puck. Picked up in the near corner. Here goes Ewald up the near side. Ewald with speed. Back in, takes a shot. Save made by Shira Wine. That may have crossed the goal line. It looks like they will rule it a goal. But we'll see what the officials decide as Shira Wine goes flying into the back of the net and setting it off the peg. And that will be a goal for Colorado. The current Colorado Buffaloes, that is. It's 3-1 in favor of the Colorado Alums here in Boulder. The current Buffs finally on the board. Clock continues to run, 14:35 here in the second. Draw coming back out to center ice. Looks like Natalie Ewald will take it. We'll see where the officials decide to do it. It'll be in neutral territory as they discuss. Now it's taken out Natalie Ewald. Another chance on Ewald. Score! Folks, I stand corrected. That first goal was called back, but Natalie Ewald gets one for Colorado. Masiello takes the draw. There's another Mikolaski. Fischelli back out on the near side. Held on to. Now it'll be the Alums taking it. Got some karaoke here on the ice. Some black-eyed peas. Fischelli lost that puck in neutral territory. That's sent back. That shot went wide of Wine. As the Curd Buffs tried to get another one on the board after that first one was called back. Now Dupuis dropping back. They connect with Aarons. Now it's turned over to the Alumni, sent aside by Watson. Puck loose behind. Shelley there to receive, and she does. Cleared out. Watch out, 3-on-1. Fischelli dropping back for O'Brien. Ryan to Masiello, trying to be out in front. That shot sent aside by Wine. Cleared back out, taken by Kieran Sullivan. Now Wallace. Wallace centering pass, fires, score! No, it was sent aside. The entire bench thought it crossed the goal line, but it's waved off by the officials. It's like Rowan Nasty was up top. She thought that one went in. Sullivan lost the puck on the near side. Wallace. Back over to the Alums. That shot can't get off. And Watson lucky that that went wide. Now Aarons. She'll hang on, looking for her first of the day. Aarons out in front, sent aside. Nasty lost the puck, another turnover. Now out come the Alums. 2-on-3 rather. 10.5 remaining in period number 2. Score 3-1 Alumni. Now that puck loose in the neutral territory. Wallace racing to receive, as is Aarons. That one's fired just wide of Watson's net. Paxton Haynes, our voice of Colorado women's hockey, texting me. He's unsure of when this game started. That's why he's not here right now, folks. So we started at 5:30. I'll get back to him as soon as I can once we get a stoppage. And folks, from what I hear, it's raining outside here in Boulder. I've been in the rink for over almost 90 minutes now. I'd say 90 minutes plus. So not really sure what's happening outside. But it's a really nice day. I actually spent most of my day 2 stories underground in the Roser Atlas Center here on campus as we were producing our live show. If you haven't already, make sure to go watch that on our main channel. That shot goes wide from Paulson. Inside 9 to go in the second period. Puck loose. Out in front into the far corner, rather, for Piatagorski. And nearly kept in up top by Maul. But Mitchell will dump it back in. They're ruled on sides. That shot sent aside by Watson. Mitchell out in front. Now Piatagorski with a chance. Fires wide of Wine. Inside 8 to go. Battle for the puck in the near corner. And the Alums will come away with a clear. Fischelli can't intercept it in neutral territory. Skated past center ice into current Buffs territory. That backhand pass intercepted by Claire Furla. And nearly cleared. They kept it up top. Now Furla will take it back out to the neutral zone. Ewald. Colorado dynamic duo, Ewald and Fischelli on the ice. It's been over a year since I've done play-by-play for this women's team. So it feels good to be back, folks, I must say. There was a time in this club where I was the only play-by-play announcer, and now we have, I can't even count it on one hand anymore, over 5 who are interested in taking over across multiple sports that we cover. Now Fischelli fires off the mask of Wine. The crowd loves it. Kind of a sparse crowd here at the CU Rec Center. But a few dedicated fans have shown up. That shot shrugged aside by Watson from the Alums. Well, hang on, here's Masiello. That one shot sent aside. It looked like it went off the post of Wine's net. Masiello. She'll hang on. She finally clears. Here's Fischelli, who lost the puck, and the Alums will take it. Fischelli battling for it. Alums hang on. Number 8. Dropping back, fresh skaters on for the Buffs. That's clear. Brianna Arns couldn't hang on. Puck intercepted in traffic. Zoe Dupuis, excellent stick handling. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in period number 2. The Buffs trail by 2. Nasty lost it. Now over to Dupuis. Approaching the 4.5-minute mark. The Alums with another opportunity. Piatagorski back out to the neutral zone. Passing center ice. Another turnover. Here come the Alums. 2-on-2. That centering pass deflected by Dupuis. Zoe Dupuis in all the right places at the right time here today. Here's Dupuis. She'll clear. Too hot for Sowers to handle. Wine comes out to play it. She'll leave it back for the Alums. Now it's Ewald who clears. That's a McCloskey. And McCloskey centering pass to Ewald, can't connect. Shirowine was spared. Another shot shrugged aside by Zoe Watson. McCloskey will hang on. Set out in front. Now Ewald. Ewald deflected in traffic off that shot. Paulson fires from deep, and that's just wide right. Energy really ramping up for both of these squads in the fight as we hit the 3-minute mark here in period number 2. Colorado trails by 2. Paulson back up top for Ewald. The pass can't connect. It's picked up by Sullivan. Sullivan up top, hangs on. Looks like it may have crossed the blue line. They won't call it. That shot in traffic. Deflected. Looks like off the leg of Ewald. Skate of Ewald, rather. Oh, another chance. Paulson is there. Fired backhander. Intercepted by the Colorado Alumni, who have a chance. Odd man rush incoming. Fires saved by Watson. Some fresh legs on for the Colorado Alumni. They just can't connect. Inside 2 to go now. It's Colorado hanging on. It's Izzy Mitchell who lost it. And the Alums will take it. Out to neutral territory. Mitchell, near interception taken by Fischelli. She's all by herself. Here goes Fischelli. Back in, hangs on. Fire save by Wine. Hanging on to the puck is Brianna Arns. Back up top. Arns hangs on, deflected, picked up by Mitchell. Masiello is there. Colorado definitely switching up their lines. Now puck loose in front, bodies fly in front of the net, but it's cleared out of the zone. Final minute to go here in period number 2. Lost a stick. Crowd wanted a penalty. They're not going to get it. That shot saved by Wine. The officials have some friends here in the crowd, folks, and quite honest, they are. We've only had one call here on the day, folks. The crowd not happy. Half a minute to play here in period number 2. Masiello in the corner. Now the I'm blind, I'm deaf, I want to be a ref chant radiating from the stands. This one's sent wide of the net of Watson. Another shot, rebound, beautiful stop by Watson. Another one in front, deflected in traffic, and that's going to do it for period number 2. They try to get a shot off, but that'll do it. Your score at the end of 2 periods of play. Colorado 1, the Alumni 3. Third period coming your way next on SBS.
They tried to silence us.
But we will not be silenced. Bienvenidos a Escobar Sports. Me llamo Sandy Pisai.
And I'm Shapalicious.
Welcome to the big show.
And rest in power, Pam Bondi.
Start by breaking Diana Walker, Kennedy Sanders, and Jade Cook are returning to the Colorado
Colorado women's basketball
program. Walker was an all Big 12 honorable mention and all defensive selection, while Sanders averaged 9 points across 10 games before season-ending hip surgery. Meanwhile, the men's basketball team is treading water as Sebastian Rankic and Bengot Dak announced their intention to hit the transfer portal. Rankic averaged over 12 points and 6 rebounds per game on 40% shooting in his second year as a Buff. Dak also made his size felt, bringing down 6.5 rebounds per game with 11.5 points. Alongside the transfer of Isaiah Johnson announced last week, only 2 starters remain in black and gold. For an outlook on Tad Boyle's depleted squad, here's Oliver and Matt with Buff Banter.
Banner, I'm Matt Spivak alongside Oliver Hayes, and today we're going to be talking about the Colorado men's basketball team and some recent news in the transfer portal, or soon to be in the transfer portal, are some of the players as they announced. Forwards Bengot Dak, Sebastian Rankic, and guard Isaiah Johnson all announced they will be entering the transfer portal. Some good news though, as guard Barrington Hargress did announce he will be staying here at Colorado for his senior season. What are your thoughts on that news, and what does Isaiah Johnson's departure really mean for this program?
Well, I mean, to get into all the decisions of those 4 players, that's a whole lot. That's why we have a whole segment for that. So we get into, Bengot Dak, Rankic, Barrington Hargress, what that means for the program down the line. But focusing specifically on Isaiah, what a huge loss for the Buffs. A freshman, a young dude, the potential that he has for his collegiate career, it's insurmountable. What he showed this season as a Buffs leading scorer, averaging nearly 17 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Could have been better on the defensive end, but was manageable, averaged a steal a game. He was what the Buffs wanted to keep around and build around going forward into next season and potentially after that. But with a guy like Isaiah, he could have been in the NBA after next season. So, don't know how much in the future he would have stuck around, but obviously a huge hit for the Buffaloes. You have to wonder about why he would enter the transfer portal because of what he would have here.
Welcome back to Boulder for period number 3 between the Colorado Buffaloes and the Colorado Buffaloes alumni here in Boulder, Colorado. Let me tell you, both of these squads are hyped heading into this third. So Dupuis, Opie O'Brien taking a little rest on the ice right at the blue line, and some fresh legs come on for both of these squads to start the third and final period of play, this running clock here at the C-Rec Center. Puck drop just taken by Colorado. Now let's take it back out to neutral territory. Rana Arns is there. McCloskey hangs on Dupuis, fighting for the puck right on the near side. In neutral territory, McCloskey hangs on over to Ahrens. Arns out in front, sent aside. And cleared, taken by the Alumni. Alumni coming the other way, backhand pass. Just getting out into traffic, Arns is there to stop. Now on the near side at the half wall. Back up top. One-timer from deep, swallowed up by Zoe Watson. Looks like you might have been able to see my dancing on the stream. Sorry about the apologies there, folks. Draw coming to the left of Zoe Watson. And let me tell you, the crowd here was not happy with the officiating in that second period, especially towards the end. These are the officials just hanging out near the box, not really getting up into the action. That shot from the point sent wide of Watson. 18:30 remaining here in period number 3. I get out in front, shot save again by Watson. Right off the pad. The Alums have not put a point on the board since period number 1. They still lead by 2. Sowers is there, here's Nasty. That's out in front, and it'll be cleared by Zoe Dupuis. No, the Alums intercept it. They'll hang on. Backhand pass out in front. Fire swallowed up by Watson. Must say I am loving the playlist once again. The hockey teams here at the rink never disappoint. Went on Ox. Another draw coming. It's Piatigorsky. She'll take it. Now sent back to the Alums. Into the corner. Nasty. Lost the puck. Furla. Fire save made. Another one out in front. Score! Watson lets another one pass. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a 4-1 game for the Colorado Alumni. What a play. Maybe the Buffalo should take note. Fischelli in to attempt the draw. The Alumni will take it. Back near center ice, Fischelli. Back over, that's cleared out. Held on to by Colorado. No chance incoming. Paulson is there, back to Furla. Looks like Colorado a little bit off their normal rhythm, switching up these lines. Sorry about the shot there, folks. Paulson back up top for Sullivan. Shot from the point, deflected wide by Wine. "16 minutes to go here in period number 3. Down goes Paulson. Right at center ice. Another chance for Claire Furla, but the Alumni will intercept. Also the Alumni with another chance. Ewald is there to break up play, as is Mitchell. Mitchell will take it behind her net. On the near side, it's Paulson who clears out to Ewald. Watch out, Ewald all by herself. There's the puck, centering pass, can't connect with Mitchell. It's intercepted. Mitchell keeps it in. Now the Alumni will try and clear. Arns on the far half wall. She'll hang on. Little stick work by Arns now. Skidding out towards center. She'll hang on. Sends it back to Masiello. Masiello trying to hang on to the puck. Sent back out up top. And can't connect with Maul. I think we've got some spectators up in the offside. Score! Folks, I think I just realized I've been scoring this wrong the entire time. But, I mean, the bench is cheering for one another. I am definitely overthinking this. The Alums are on top 5-1. And draw coming back to center ice. It'll be taken by Colorado. O'Brien. She'll hang on, skating out. There's Masiello. Looks like both squads starting to get a little winded after 45 minutes straight of play. Arns. Arns goes down in the near corner. The bench loves it. The fish loves it, rather. Another shot for the Alums, swallowed up by Zoe Watson. The official's rather slow to blow that whistle. Draw coming just to the right of Watson. And taken by Piatagorski. Behind her net, wrapping around back. Wallace. Sowers hanging on. She'll go for the wraparound. And she'll clear back out. Sullivan. Back out to the center ice. She'll hang on. Coming back, held on to by Sullivan. Sullivan hangs on, that puck is lost. Loose in traffic. That's gonna be a pass, shot, save made by Watson. Looked like that was sent just wide, rather. Watson was spared a 6th goal. .11:20 remaining here in period number 3. The Alumni lead by 4. Fresh legs on for Colorado. I got in front of you, taken by Fischelli. Fischelli. She'll hang on, going down ice. Backhand pass, taken by the Alums. The Alums fires, score! Watson lets another one aside, but ladies and gentlemen, another easy goal, dirty goal for the Alumni. They lead 6-1 as we approach 10.5 to go here in period number 3. Utter domination from the Colorado Buffaloes Alumni here at the CU Rec Center on this fine April evening. And folks, as we said, it's a busy weekend here on SBS. We've got men's lacrosse taking on the number 1 ranked Utah Valley over at Kittredge Field. And baseball taking on CSU in the Rocky Mountain faceoff. That shot by Fischelli, shrugged aside by Shira Wine. And tomorrow we will, of course, have the Black and Gold spring game at Folsom Field. Got to be at the stadium at about 10:30, folks, to help set up our radio crew in the booth. So, very busy weekend for sure. Now Furla takes a shot set just wide of Wine. Now back up top for Mitchell. Mitchell from the point, sent aside again. The Alums bounced off the boards. Maul is there on the near side. She'll play it back. Furla in the vicinity, can't connect with the puck. Mitchell. Taken by the Alumni, going the other way. And met by a herd of Buffaloes. Ewald deflected that puck off her stick. Going the other way, it's Paulson. Paulson wraps around back. Backhand pass to Ewald. Ewald out in front. Thinking Masiello, that shot bounced off the crossbar just high over the net. Oh, had a dangerous chance of making it past Wine. Maul with another chance. Colorado onsides. The officials would have called it anyway. Now it's set back out. Handled in neutral territory. The Alumni are onside. The blue line, Masiello nearly intercepted. But now Arns does. Arns trying to clear, but she'll hang on. Avoids giving up the puck. Here's Brianna Arns. Not in traffic. She lost it. O'Brien, backhand pass to Dupuis. Neutral territory, cross ice pass, can't connect with Wallace. Masiello and Arns. Arons chip back out to Wallace. Who's going to fight for it? Now back to O'Brien. O'Brien flicks it up. And now Dupuis. A chance for the alums, but Dupuis will retreat. Arons, no urgency. Looks like this Colorado team, both lines look gassed at this point. They lost the puck. 6:55 remaining here in period number 3. Sent across to Wallace. Wallace to Masiello. Can't connect. It's loose in the corner. Masiello will take it. Dropping back to Dupuis. Dupuis goes down. Along the boards, Masiello fighting. Continuing the chase at the half boards. On the far side, back up top, it's Sullivan, can't connect. Yadagorski. A shot in front. That may have went in. And across the goal line. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the 7th goal for the Colorado Alumni. What a play. It just sneaked under the pad of Zoe Watson. Just an unlucky day for the current Buffs. Draw coming back to center ice. Amelia Sowers attempting it. McCloskey sent back. Out to Sowers. Sowers to McCloskey. It'll be held on to by Sowers up the far side. Sowers looking. Back to McCloskey. Can't connect. Piatagorski. 5.5 remaining. And what an utter dominating performance from the Colorado Alumni, especially in the first and third periods. Kind of looked like the 2024 New York Rangers. Bit of dormant in that second. That shot by Piatagorski, shrugged aside by Wine as she goes down behind the net. Got Chief Keef playing in the rink. If you know, you know, folks. Sorry, I was just dancing to Chief Keef there, folks. If you know, you know. Fischelli took a hit from Wine. She's okay. Now it's set aside, taken by the alums. Another shot. Watson makes another stop. And they'll call it. The officials really just hanging out by the scorer's table, really not getting up into the action. Not what you want to see if you're this Colorado team. Draw taken by the alums. It'll be intercepted. Nasty will clear. Going up the near side. Furla trying to get to the puck. Now Nasty can't hang on. That's sent back out. The Alumni will clear. Over to Mall. Taken by Fischelli. She'll fire a glove down by Wine. Looks like getting into it with Shira Wine a little bit. Was Mia Fischelli. Fresh legs out for both squads. Looks like there may be some trouble with the puck as the clock continues to run. Shira Wine conversing with one of the officials. Looks like Rowan Nasty is going to head to the locker room, folks. 2.5 remaining in period number 3. Draw taken by Colorado. Now the puck is loose. The far side, no, it's taken by Masiello. Centering pass out in front. Ewald looking for a backhand attempt. She'll go for a wraparound. Masiello is not there. And another clear. The rink went from hyped to silent. I don't know what happened to the music. We'll get that figured out soon. 2 minutes remaining here in the third period. Anna Masiello looking for a wraparound. Back up top. She's got Ewald. Down the slot. That's saved by Wine. And cleared back out. Maul back to Mitchell. Masiello can't connect. And the Alumni will take it. Backhand pass, sent across. That picked up by Ewald in neutral territory. I think the Alums are just comfortable to let this one wind down as they... Looks like there's enough shots sent just wide. Beautiful backhand shot by Natalie Ewald. And Shira Wine makes the stop, shrugging that puck aside. Maul out in front. Fires. Save again by Wine. Masiello was there. Now it's O'Brien. O'Brien over to Wallace. Lost the puck inside, a minute to go. Dupuis chasing it down. Watson plays it back. 2 Zoes on the team making it happen. Conversing with one another. O'Brien, that shot gloved down by Sheer Wine. That shot from Amanda Wallace. 35 seconds on the running clock here in the rink. And it looks like it'll be one final draw. This Colorado team looks like they might just ring this one out. Brianna Arns getting into it a little bit with the officials. It is all good and fun, though. 20 seconds remaining on the running clock. And an interesting draw. Arns will take it. Okay, pass on O'Brien. Given away to the Alums. 2-on-2. And then rush out in front. But the Alums will hang on. One final attempt going on Watson, but she'll make a stop. Oh my goodness, what a stop by Zoe Watson. And that is how you end the game. That'll do it. The Colorado Alumni dominating the current Buffs 7-1 here at the C-Rec Center. And some much needed rest for these Buffaloes will come. As O'Brien is helped to her skates. Now we'll take you to center ice for the handshake. One of the best traditions in all of sports. My first alumni game here for SBS, incredibly entertaining. And Shira Wine incredibly satisfied with her day. And the anticlimactic crowd salute from Elena McCloskey, rather. We'll take, players will take the center ice, the final prayer. What utter domination from this alumni squad. They just had some kind of fluke goals, sneaking it past Zoe Watson. But holy cow, what a game for both sides. It is all good and fun. Coming down here to the CU Rec Center. Hockey in April, college hockey in April, really the national championship in the Frozen Four taking place tomorrow. And the group picture at center ice to close off the day. Ladies and gentlemen, an incredible game. But we're not quite done here on SBS, folks. Make sure you stick around for the men's D1 alumni game coming to you next. here on ScoBuff Sports 2. We thank you all for tuning in. And I guess I could put the Buffs win graphic up because these Colorado squads are both Colorado squads, in fact. This one, not currently students at this university. And Shira Wine stopped a plethora of shots in that game, and she deserves all the rest she's going to get. That's going to do it for us here on ScoBuff Sports. Men's D1 alumni game coming your way next. You heard it here first.
They tried to silence us.
But we will not be silenced. Bienvenidos a ScoBuff Sports. Me llamo Sandy Pisine.
And I'm Shapalicious.
Welcome to the big show.
And rest in power, Pam Bondi.
Let's start by breaking Diana Walker, Kennedy Sanders, and Jade Cook are returning to the Colorado.
Colorado women's basketball program.
Walker was an all Big 12 honorable mention and all defensive selection, while Sanders averaged 9 points across 10 games before season-ending hip surgery. Meanwhile, the men's basketball team is treading water as Sebastian Rankic and Bangat Dak announced their intention to hit the transfer portal. Rankic averaged over 12 points and 6 rebounds per game on 40% shooting in his second year as a Buff. Dak also made his size felt, bringing down 6.5 rebounds per game with 11.5 points. Alongside the transfer of Isaiah Johnson announced last week, only 2 starters remain in black and gold. For an outlook on Tad Boyle's depleted squad, here's Oliver and Matt with Buff Banter.